Hey everyone, it's Elaine. Thanks for coming back and checking me out. On my last video, I showed you a little snippet of what I called lace that I made in one of my greeting card writing journals. So today I wanted to show you what I've done and explain to you how I've done it, and maybe you'll give it a try. Here is the piece of lace. Here, let's do this. Here is the lace that I did. Now there was that other section on here, and as you can see, it's really pliable. It's pretty tough. Now I don't know if I'd go pulling on it really hard or anything, and for the most part it's in pretty good shape. There's a couple places that I might need to clean up a little bit, but overall pretty cool, huh? Now here is the mold that I used to do that lace. So I know what you're saying. Well, now what did she use? I know some of you may have seen this before. It was brand new to me. I had stopped by this lady's house and she had shown it to me, and I was absolutely amazed. It was very cool to me because I had been talking about ways to tea stain and coffee stain paper that would leave a pattern. Now I know this isn't very much as far as leaving any kind of pattern is concerned, but nonetheless it made me think. So let me now tell you how I did it and what I used. The material that I used was caulk. Now the caulk I used, the main thing for me was acrylic. I don't know if that really makes a difference, and I know it says that you can paint in 20 minutes and that it dries pretty fast. I would let it sit overnight. I made these during my lunch at work and didn't play with them again until the next day. Now, the one thing the lady that had this, where I had seen it, didn't tell me is about getting them out of the mold. So the first time I did it, it didn't really work very well. Kind of all tore to pieces. Sorry about that noise. That's my printer kicking in, doing its thing. So I decided to see if I could find anything on it. And of course, there was a YouTube video that was using this exact product, and she told the rest of the story. So here we go. The rest of the story is dust your mold first with cornstarch. Just go, this is just simply Walmart cornstarch. Just get you some cheap cornstarch. Now, I have to tell you a funny story about this. I eat lunch every day with a lady that's probably 10, 15 years younger than me. She don't cook. No. Once in a while, a pot of spaghetti, something like that, but she doesn't cook. So sitting there as I was dusting my molds with this cornstarch, I said to her, Jennifer, have you ever used cornstarch before? And she looks me straight in the face and she says, sure I do. I use it for my sauces and gravies. Oh, I just looked at her. I was amazed. Well, what I didn't realize is that that's what it said. I had the box like this. That's what it said on the back of the box. She no more had any cornstarch ever in her life than the man in the moon. But it was the funniest thing. I know I probably had to tell 3 or 4 other people after that. But anyway, so dust your mold with some cornstarch. And then when you go to put your latex, acrylic latex caulk, what I did is I just kind of ran a couple beads over across it. And then I used just a room key, credit card, gift card kind of thing, and just spread it. Now, I would say just don't spread it constantly one way. Spread it back and forth, up and down. Really make sure you get in those nooks and crannies. Now, the next tip that also was not given to me is to make sure that before it really can dry thoroughly, that you clean off your mold of all the other area. And I'm going to show you, if I have one. Here is the reason why you want to do that. Thought this was a really cool doily. But if you look close, this is the way it would have been in the mold. If you look close, you can see some of the areas in between where that layer was across the silicone mold. Okay, so you really want to make sure. Now, it's not going to bother me a whole lot. I mean, I've been able just with my fingers to pick out, a few of the little pieces and stuff. And I can take a pokey tool or an X-Acto knife, and sit and pick those out. But if you go ahead and really take a damp cloth or paper towel and go on and do it over top of it, why, it's in the mold, and like I said before it dries, it'll save you a lot of aggravation later. So those are 2 of them that I did. I'm going to show you the ones that I have completed. Like I said, to me it was fun. I think it's a good thing that we can use on journals. It'll kind of be like see-through pockets that are tougher. Here's another. And again, you can see where I didn't necessarily clean the mold off the top the best. You can see some places. But now, isn't that pretty? And these molds, they can be anywhere from $1 on up, depending on the manufacturer. I think that's pretty. This one really, I didn't clean this one worth a hoot. I've got a lot of work to do on that. But as I said, I've always promised in my videos to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's what I'm doing. Now, I think that one's pretty. And again, I've got some places on there that I need to clean up. So let's see here. Now, these were little. These were a little bit easier to clean up. But I didn't. But when I got them out of the mold, they're better. Another set of those. Like I said, these are newly finished. I did go ahead and pop them out. I like them. And, you can paint them. I'm sure you could probably stain them. I don't know that you could watercolor on them. But they will stand up to water. After all, it is caulk. Goes around our windows. And here's a big one that I can cut up. This was the very first one I did. This is the one where I did it before I dusted it. And so then, to get all of the little pieces of caulk out from in between, I soaked it in a sink, with water in it, and took a brush and really scrubbed to get all the little nooks and crannies of the caulk out of all those little parts. And then this is my last one. Let's see here. This one is just a row of flowers. And here you can see there's a piece of that I didn't trim off right there. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you give it a try. You're going to see them pop up on all kinds of stuff. And I have some other molds that I ordered. Like I said, you can find them cheap to not cheap, depending on the manufacturer and I guess where you buy them. So I'm going to be doing some more of those. The one tip that I guess I would give you is, this one looks like I have torn it. This may not have been totally cleaned out. That might be the problem there. But what I would suggest when you go to do it is gingerly start at the end and start rolling your mold back. That's what I did on all of them, and it worked out so much better than, me trying to sit there and just pry this out. I guess that's really it. So I hope you enjoy seeing maybe something new. Like I said, it was new to me, may not be new to everyone. And give it a try, and I'll be curious to see what you come up with. Let me know how you do. So thanks, and please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I do different kinds of things. You never know. You might actually learn something, see something new, see something fun, and give me that thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And I will see you all on the flip side. Bye.